Hey there guys, how's it going, and welcome to a new Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary. And in today's video I want to discuss a perk which is a little bit controversial and very dear to people, and that is the Toughness perk in Black Ops 2. Whenever I'm live streaming and whenever I'm doing creator class setups, I get a lot of people say to me, how can you play without Toughness? You know, they absolutely swear by Toughness, helps them out so much. Now I'm someone who barely ever uses Toughness, and I'll explain why. Now don't get me wrong, Toughness is a perk that is used in MLG a lot, on competitive gaming. People who watch a lot of competitive gaming and streamers will notice Toughness being used a lot, and the reason for that is that the other perks in that perk slot aren't really as kind of desirable for someone who's going to be playing in an MLG rule set. For instance, I like Scavenger and Fast Hands. Scavenger isn't really as necessary in MLG because you're not really going to tend to go on those really long streaks like you're going to try and go on in public, and Fast Hands is also not really as desirable in MLG because you don't have as many options when it comes to lethal and tactical grenades. So although Fast Hands could be useful, Toughness is going to be a little bit more desirable in an MLG competitive sense because you're going to play against people who are really good with their aim, really spot on, and every single last advantage that you can have going into every gunfight, because there's a lot of close quarters gunfights, one-on-one, you know, no real camping in a lot of these game modes. You can't really get away with it in competitive, so Toughness is a good perk for that. But in general, for your general kind of public player, I don't think it's that important. I much prefer Scavenger Fast Hands. The Cold Blood is kind of here or there. You know, the other perks in that perk slot aren't too great in my opinion. But I'll tell you why I go for those over Toughness in another video. But Toughness itself, like a lot of people kind of think of it as a perk that's going to allow you to get a lot more of your bullets on target. But if you actually think about it, you don't really that often get into gunfights where the enemy is shooting at you and putting your target off of aim, and also you're trying to shoot at them and keep your target on, and that's when Toughness is going to matter. Toughness actually has quite a big benefit when you're being shot from the side. So again, for like an MLG or a competitive kind of game mode, it's going to be useful. You're taking a lot of incoming fire, you're going to die a lot of the time, so getting those last bullets on is going to be very useful. But in public lobbies especially, you don't really be wanting to go into these like gunfights where it's kind of an even gunfight, especially because of the bad connections people have. So when I say an even gunfight, I mean both of you looking straight at each other, you see each other, you both hold the trigger and just see who kills each other first. That was what I call a fair gunfight. In Call of Duty, it's all about getting around people, having awareness, knowing where they are, making sure you're shooting them in the side, in the back, making sure that you've got every last advantage over them, and not really so much about getting every single bullet on target in every gunfight. Obviously you want to do that, but you're less likely to be taken off of your course of fire in a public match and when generally playing like domination and game modes that I play. So that's why I don't really use Toughness too much. It's a decent perk, but I especially wouldn't recommend it for someone who likes to rush, someone who plays quite aggressively. Ironically, it's kind of decent with the LMGs. I'm actually using an LMG here, and Toughness isn't a perk I'm using, so that's a bit ironic, but that is just how I decided to go for here because I don't use Toughness a lot. And I just wanted to kind of put that argument out there for those people who absolutely swear by Toughness. I don't think you do need it in public so much. I think if you just learn the recoil a little bit more, if you kind of work on how the guns behave, then you're going to kind of get along without it. And if you can forego Toughness and go for those Scavenger Fast Hands, and in the next video where I'm going to talk about some tips, I'm going to tell you how you can really take advantage of that in public lobbies especially, then I think you're going to have a much better time than you will, you know, the odd occasion where you might be able to get that one extra bullet on target by having the Toughness perk. So that's it for this video guys. Hope you find that a little bit useful, even if it's something that you knew already or something that you didn't consider. And don't forget to smash that like button if you did enjoy the video. As always, all your support is massively appreciated. So that's it for now guys, and I'll see you soon.